So hello students, again welcome back to that analytical geometry class. In the last class I explained the derivation, that is distance between the parallel lines, and I saw some examples related with that. Now in the today's class I am continuing with the exercise 10.3 from your NCERT. See, I wrote the question already, first and second we completed. Moving to the third one. Third main question, reduce the following equations into normal form. Have you remembered what is the normal form? Yes, the normal form of the equation is x cos omega or alpha. X cos omega or alpha plus y sin omega is equal to p. This is called the normal form. That means we have to convert this in this form. And have you remembered that figure? See, the figure is like this. This is x-axis, this is y-axis, this is a perpendicular distance from the origin. This is called omega and this is perpendicular. Understood? So find the perpendicular distance from the origin and the angle between the perpendicular and the positive x-axis, that is this value. So here first there is already I explained the concept how to derive this, how to reduce the given formula in the normal form. First we have to write in the standard form, that is x minus root 3y is equal to minus 8. Constant one side, x and y one side. After separating the constant on the right side, see, constant should be always positive. That means throughout the equation multiply by minus 1. Multiply by minus 1, because always the constant should be equal. Constant is always positive. After that, here x coefficient we are taking as a capital A and y coefficient, because it is in the form of ax plus by is equal to c. Now what is A? Here capital A is minus 1, b is root 3. Now take a square root of a square plus b square. Already I told you, divide each term by root of minus 1 square plus root 3 square. Square root and square get cancels, it is 1 plus 3. 1 plus 3 is 4. Divide each term. Square root of 4 is 2. So it is minus x by 2 plus root 3 by 2 into y is equal to 8 by 2. And if any cancellation, write the cancellation. This is minus 1 by 2 into x plus root 3 by 2 into y is equal to 4. Now we are comparing this with equation x cos omega plus y sin omega is equal to p. That means cos omega is minus half and sin omega is equal to root 3 by 2. Remember, these value should be same. Sin is positive, cos is negative, means obviously they lie in the second quadrant. We have to write the equal values. Here, for what value of sin you are getting root 3 by 2? It is sin 60 degree. And here we cannot write that as a 60 degree because it is a negative. So if you write 60 degree, it comes in the first quadrant. But sin is positive, cos is negative, means we have to write the value for second quadrant. So we are familiar with sin 60 degree is root 3 by 2. We have to fit this sin 60 in second quadrant. How you write that? 180 minus 60. Because sin 2 into 90, 2 is even. Sin 2 into 90 or sin 180 minus theta is sin theta. So this is nothing but sin 120 degree. If you know the perfect in trigonometry, then only you can write this. Sin is positive and cos is negative. This is a method to find the value and calculate cos value. See, what is cos of minus half? If you write it in the second quadrant, it is negative. See, minus half means it is minus cos 60 degree. Minus cos 60 degree is nothing but cos 180 minus 60 degree. We have to write it in the reverse order. That is cos 120 degree. So here it is cos 120 degree. Therefore, this equation will be written as, therefore, minus 1 by 2 into x plus root 3 by 2 into y is equal to 4 is written as x into cos 120 degree, I told you how you got that, plus y into sin 120 degree is equal to 4. Therefore, the perpendicular distance is, distance P is equal to 4 and the angle W is, omega is 120 degree. See, is it very simple or what? Now moving to the next question, that is the second one in the same category. Second one, y minus 2 is equal to 0. Variable one side and constant one side. Variable is y, constant is 2. And the given problem will be written as 0 into x plus y is equal to 2. A is 1 and A is 0 and B is 1. Divide each term. If you want, you can compare with this. Ax plus by is equal to c. And c is a positive. Divide each term by root of 0 square plus 1 square, that is root 1 is 1. We will get the same equation, 0 into x plus y is equal to 2. Comparing with, now we have to write x, we have to write it in the form of x cos omega, plus y sin omega is equal to p. Yes, what is cos value? It is 0 and sin will be 1. For what value? They are in the, it is very standard if you know the table perfectly. For what value of sin you are getting 1? Yes, it is sin 90 degree. And for cos 90 degree it is 0. Therefore, 0x plus 1 into y is equal to 2 is written as x into cos 90 plus y into sin 90 degree is equal to 2. Therefore, perpendicular distance P is equal to 2 and the angle is 90 degree. See, is it simple or what? The main thing is, when you are writing, you have to see that the constant should be positive. Moving to the third question, that is x minus y is equal to 4. Third one, x minus y is equal to 4. You have to compare this with ax plus by is equal to c. Divide each term by root of 1 square plus minus 1 square, that is root 2. It is 1 by root 2 into x plus minus 1 by root 2 into y is equal to 4 upon root 2. This is 1 by root 2 into x plus minus 1 by root 2 into y. 4 I am writing as 2 into 2 upon root 2. Again 1 2 I am writing as, 1 2 I kept as it is. 1 2 I am writing as root 2 into root 2 because you are familiar. Root 2 into root 2 is 2 upon root 2. This is 1 by root 2 into x minus 1 by root 2 into y is equal to 2 root 2. See here. 1 by root 2 into x plus minus 1 by root 2 into y is equal to 2 root 2. It is in the form of what? Yes. X cos omega plus y sin omega is equal to p. What is cos omega? It is 1 by root 2. Sin omega will be minus 1 by root 2. Yes, sin is negative, cos is positive. Where it comes? It comes in fourth quadrant. And for 45 we will get a 1 by root 2. We have to fit these values in fourth quadrant. So how you fit? You know that cos 45 is 1 by root 2. How you fit cos 45 in the fourth quadrant? Don't take 270 plus 45. If you take 270 plus 45, cos changes to sine. So take 360 minus 45. Cos 360 minus 45. What is that value? Cos 360 minus 45 is cos 315. So it is 1 by root 2 in the fourth quadrant. Then for minus, this is minus sine 45. That is sine of 360 minus 45. Remember, these two values should be same. It is sine 315. Therefore, the given problem 1 by root 2 into x plus minus 1 by root 2 into y is equal to 2 root 2 will be written as x into cos 315 degree plus y into sin 315 degree, that is 315 degree, 2 root 2. I explained here. Therefore, perpendicular distance P is 2 root 2 and the angle is 315 degree. See, is it simple or what? Now moving to the next question, that is the fourth one. In exercise 10.3, fourth question. Find the distance of the point minus 1, 1 from the line 12 in the bracket x plus 6 is equal to 5 in the bracket y minus 2. That means we have to find the perpendicular distance. To write the perpendicular distance, first we have to write the equation in the standard form. The standard form is ax plus by plus c is equal to 0. 12 in the bracket x plus 6 is equal to 5 in the bracket y minus 2. 12x plus 72 is equal to 5y minus 10 implies 12x minus 5y plus 82 is equal to 0. So what is the perpendicular distance from x1, y1 to the line ax plus by plus c is equal to 0? Have you remembered? D is equal to modulus of, in the line, ax1 plus by1 plus c upon root of a square plus b square. So here, using that formula, perpendicular distance from minus 1, 1 to the line 12x minus 5y plus 82 is equal to 0. This we call it as a x1, y1. D is equal to, I am giving you one important concept. Here if it is in the standard form, x and y are replacing by minus 1 and plus 1. It is 12 into minus 1 minus 5 into 1 plus 82 divided by a is what? Coefficient of x. B is coefficient of y. It is minus 12 minus 5 plus 82 divided by 144 plus 25, that is 169. Square root of 169 is 13 and here it is 65. 65 upon 13, that is 5. So this is the example question number 4. Now moving to the question number 5. Find the points on the x-axis. Fifth question. In exercise 10.3, find the points on the x-axis whose distance from the line x upon 3 plus y upon 4 is equal to 1 is 4 units. Yes, perpendicular distance is given as it is a 4 units. Before that, say I will give you one hint. If I want to mark these points on the quadrants, on the Cartesian form, where you will mark? This is 1, 2, 3, 4 like this here. This is x-axis and this is y-axis. This is 2, 0, 3, 0, minus 1, 0 and 5, 0. All the points comes on the x-axis. That means if you mark any point on the x-axis, then y value will be 0. So generally how you write then? Any point on the x-axis is x, 0. So I explained that how you will got x, 0. Then write down that given line in the standard form. Consider x by 3 plus y by 4 is 1. LCM is 12. 4x plus 3y is equal to 1. That is 4x plus 3y is equal to 12. 4x plus 3y minus 12 is equal to 0. So what is given? Given the perpendicular distance from the point x, 0. The point is x, 0. From the point x, 0 to the line 4x plus 3y minus 12 is equal to 0 is 4 units. Therefore, mod of 4 into x, this is x1, y1, plus 3 into 0 minus 12 divided by root of x coefficient is 4, y coefficient 3 is equal to 4. So it is 4x modulus of 4x minus 2 upon 4 square is 16. 16 plus 9 is equal to 4. Modulus of 4x minus 12 is the square root of 25. Square root of 25 is 5 is equal to 4. That is modulus of 4x minus 2 is equal to 20. Now one important step we have to note down. One side we have a modulus and another side without modulus. If you want to remove the modulus here, for opposite side you have to write plus or minus. You have to write plus or minus. That means this is the equation. Therefore, 4x minus 2 is equal to plus or minus 20. We have two answers. 4x minus 12 is equal to 20 and 4x minus 12 is equal to minus 20. 4x is equal to 32 or x is equal to 8. Next, 4x is equal to minus 20 plus 12. 4x is equal to minus 8, x is equal to minus 2. Therefore, the required points are 8, 0 and minus 2 comma 0 because the point is in the form of x comma 0. Now moving to the next question, that is question number 6. See, already we completed the example till 5th. Now 6th it is. Find the distance between the parallel lines. So how to identify they are a parallel line? See, ax plus by plus c1 is equal to 0. Next one is also ax plus by plus c2 is equal to 0. So what you are observing? We are observing that x and y coefficients are same. Only thing they are differ by their constants. If their x and y coefficients are same and they are differ by constants, they are a parallel lines. Or one more thing is, if the slopes of these two lines are equal, then the distance is calculated by modulus of c1 minus c2 upon root of a square plus b square. A and b will be same in both the equations. So here what is A? A is 15, B is equal to 8, C1 that is from first line minus 34, C2 is 31. Distance between parallel lines is given by D is equal to modulus of C1 minus C2 upon root of A square plus B square. Already I gave the formula. Just substitute. C1 is minus 34, C2 is minus, middle minus, and C2 is 31. Root of A square is 15 square, B square is 8 square. What is your answer? Modulus of minus 65 upon root of 15 square is 225. This is 64. Modulus helps you to remove the negative sign, and it is root of 289. Square root of 89 is 17. Is it correct or what? If any cancellation, go for that cancellation, otherwise keep as it is. In the same category, the second question. Find the distance between. Find the distance between second sum. L in the bracket x plus y plus p is equal to 0 and L in the bracket x plus y minus r is equal to 0. Here the solution, the given lines are, already they mentioned they are parallel. Just write it in the standard form. Remove the bracket. Lx plus Ly plus p is equal to 0 and Lx plus Ly minus r is equal to 0. Here just compare with that equation. A is x coefficient, b is y coefficient, that is also L. C1 is p and C2 is minus r. Next, therefore, distance between parallel lines is D is equal to modulus of C1 minus C2 upon root of A square plus B square. C1 is P minus C2 is minus R, minus of minus R upon root of L square plus L square. It is P plus R upon root of 2L square. Square root of L square is L. P plus R upon root 2 into L. Further simplification is not possible, so keep as it is. Moving to the next question, that is question number 7. Before moving to question number 7, I am giving you an important concept. It is not in a NCERT, but it is very important. That helps for your this year theory. That means first year theory as well as second year CET for your competitive. Write down that note. In that first point, a line which is parallel to ax plus by plus c is equal to 0. That means if you want to write a line which is parallel to this line is x and y coefficient should be same, only differ by constant. X and y coefficient should be same, differ by constant. Second one, a line which is perpendicular to ax plus by plus c is equal to 0 is, please note down, we have to interchange the coefficients of x and y. Bx plus minus ay, bx minus ay plus k is equal to 0. What we have to do? We have to interchange the coefficients of x and y. Remember, we have to interchange the numbers. We have to interchange the numbers, and whatever the sign in front of y, change that sign. If it is a plus, change it minus. If it is a minus, change it plus. And when you are interchanging, just interchange the numbers, not with the sign. Sign is with positive only we have to consider, and whatever the sign in front of y, change to it opposite sign. If it is a plus, make it minus. If it is a minus, make it plus. Now depending on this, I will give one example. In the exercise 7th question, find the equation of the line parallel to the line parallel to the line 3x minus 4y plus 2 is equal to 0 and passing through the point minus 2 comma 3. See, already just now only I gave the note, a line which is parallel to the standard line, how to write. So with the help of that concept, see here first I am writing that a line which is parallel to 3x minus 4y plus 2 is equal to 0 is, just write down the coefficients as it is, change the constant will be k. And what is given, this line is passing through the point minus 2 comma 3. Which is passing through minus 2 comma 3 means put x is equal to 3, minus 2, y is equal to 3 in the equation 1. 3 into minus 2 minus 4 into 3 plus k is equal to 0. Minus 6 minus 12 plus k is equal to 0. Minus 18 plus k is equal to 0, that is k is equal to 18. Write down that k value in equation 1, that gives you the required equation. Therefore, the required equation is (3x minus 4y plus 18 is equal to 0. K is 18. See, is it simple or what? Yes. Moving to the next example, that is question number 8. And it is not necessary whatever is given in the NCERT. If you know the formula, you can apply that. These are the very simple formulas. It helps for your CET. Question number 8. Find the equation Find the equation of the line perpendicular to the line x minus 7y plus 5 is equal to 0 and having x intercept 3. So here we have to find the equation. First read the question. We have to find the equation of the line which is perpendicular to this line. If two lines are perpendicular, product of their slopes is -1. Correct or not? If you find the slope of this line, and that gives you the slope of required line, because the required line is perpendicular to this line. Slope of x minus 7y plus 5 is equal to 0. Here also I will give you one note. Slope of ax plus by plus c is equal to 0. General form, slope of the general form is minus a upon b, that is coefficient of x upon coefficient of y. Here let us take this as m is equal to minus a upon b. What is a? A is x coefficient, b is y coefficient, 1 by 7. See, this is the slope of this line, but we are asking a line which is perpendicular to this line. Perpendicular means when the product of this slope and required slope is, product is -1. Therefore, slope of required line, whatever the answer you are getting, write down the reciprocal with opposite side, is -7 and x intercept is 3. Therefore, you know the slope and you know the x intercept. Now write down the equation of the line. Therefore, required equation of the line is y is equal to m into x minus d. This is a slope and x intercept form. Y is equal to minus 7x minus 3. Y is equal to minus 7x plus 21. Or write it in the standard form. Standard form means take minus 7x on this side. This implies 7x plus y is equal to 21. Correct or not? Now moving to the next question, that is question number 9. Question number 9. Find the angles between the lines root 3x plus y is equal to 1 and x plus root 3y is equal to 1. So compare these values with ax plus by plus c on the, taking on that side. We required a and b to write the slope. We required a and b. C is not necessary. Minus a by b. A is the coefficient of x, b is the coefficient of y. Let root 3x plus y is equal to 1. Equation 1. X plus root 3y is equal to 1. Equation 2. Slope of first line. M1 is equal to minus root 3. A upon B. B is 1. Slope of second line. m2 is equal to minus 1 upon root 3. X coefficient is 1, y coefficient is root 3. Let theta be the angle between these lines. Then what is the formula? Tan theta is equal to modulus of m1 minus m2 upon 1 plus m1 into m2. Write down that values. m1 is minus root 3 minus of minus 1 by root 3 whole divided by 1 plus minus root 3 into minus 1 by root 3. This and this get cancels, minus into minus becomes plus. So tan theta is equal to minus root 3 plus 1 by root 3 divided by 1 plus 1. Take the LCM in the numerator. Minus 3 plus 1 upon root 3 upon 2. Because of this modulus the minus cancels. It is 2 upon root 3 comes down. 1 by root 3. Now calculate the value. It is plus or minus. Because of modulus means we will get plus or minus. We are not mentioning acute angle. Acute means we have to take only positive answers. And here one side mod, one side we don't have a mod means we will take plus or minus 1 by root 3. So plus or minus 1 by root 3 means one is acute and one is obtuse. One angle comes in first quadrant and another comes in second quadrant. If it is a 1 by root 3, how will write? Tan theta is equal to, if you write 1 by root 3, that is nothing but tan. Yes, have you remembered or what? Yes, tan is sin by cos. It is tan 30 degree. 30 degree means pi by 6. And one more comes in second quadrant. Second means it is a negative. So how to write the negative value? It is 1 by minus 1 by root 3. We required minus tan 30 degree. How will rearrange minus tan 30 degree? It is 180 minus 30. Correct or what? Tan 180 minus 30 is minus tan 30 and 180 minus 30 is 150. So you can write this as a 30 degree, or you are taking tan theta is minus 1 by root 3, that is tan of 150 degree. Therefore, the angles are 30 degree and 150 degree. See, is the sums are simple or what? Yes, the sums are very simple if you are thorough with the basic formulas. Now, in the next class, I will take the next questions.